showtime.
Well, hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are coming to you live right now from the NCL Aqua from our cabin 12182. Again, welcome, everybody. If you are new to the channel, I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely co-host and wife, Lisa, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. As I mentioned, we are live this very moment. In fact, that is a nice look outside of our balcony from Balcony Cam, which still comes on. It doesn't like to move very much now, but it does come on.
It is at least hanging in there.
It is hanging in there with all the nasty weather it has endured.
Thank you.
Speaking of nasty weather, today was our very first day that we saw the sun in the morning and all the way through sunset.
Yeah.
We got actually our very first sunset video today.
We did.
So, yeah, but it's been kind of cold.
Yeah,
So.
this even standing out in the sun, the weather's been a little bit chilly today, but
Yep.
nice. We'll take it.
So in just a couple seconds, we are going to go and show you deck 17 and up. In fact, all the upper decks, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're doing it all in one video. We sort of had to capture it that way. So we're going to bring that to you in just a couple of seconds. But let's say hello to everybody first. Macrina, hello. Happy cruising to you as well. Let me just move these things here. Sorry. Mama Tallman, hey, must have had a good day. We had a great day. Thank you for asking. Desiree, welcome. Irene, good evening to you as well. Patricia, Gina, hello, and good evening. Bev's like, I'm here, and I will stay awake.
Yay!
We'll see. Hello, Lori. Welcome. Good to see you. And Kathy Harvey. Hello, Tuesday. It's Thursday. Or is it Friday?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just...
It's one time there. It's one day there, one day here. So I'm not sure what day it is.
And hello, Dr. Cherie. Welcome.
Did we say hi to Lori?
We did say hello to Lori.
Okay, I was talking, I guess.
You were. So, a couple housekeeping notes, and then we'll get right to deck 17. One, if you've never seen our channel before, and of course, do us a huge favor, hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing, becoming a part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free to you, costs you nothing, and it absolutely does help out the channel. And as you see from this little phrase over here, we are giving away a cruise ship in a couple of weeks. You're going to want to stick around and hear more about that. Two, if you want to know anything at all about the NCL Aqua, we're here for 3 more days. There's no time like the present to get these answers, because I promise you, if you call somebody on the phone, you're going to get a wrong answer. And so we are happy to go find those answers for you if we don't already know them. If we know them, of course, we'll tell you right now. If we don't, we'll find them during the day tomorrow and bring them to you tomorrow night during tomorrow night's show. Okay? Let's see. Facebook group. We have a Facebook group. All the pictures of the food, the menus, the dailies, everything outside of a live video goes in our Facebook group. So consider going over there as well. And that is a private group, so you do have to answer a couple questions first cruise and adhering to the group rules, which is essentially being nice and no spamming. Okay, I think I got all of that out of the way.
Can you breathe now?
I think so.
Okay.
Was that everything? I mean, yeah.
I feel like it.
Okay, keep on hitting those thumbs up.
Thank you.
Let's get to deck 17. And for those who are part of the Tall Man Clan, you know how we do this, right? We do our tours Tall Man style.
Filming Tall Man style.
Hey everybody, today Lisa and I, we are on the NCL Aqua. We are on deck 17 and we're going to show you all the cool spaces up here on deck 17. So let's get going. We'd like to stay to the right, but as you see, we can't go any further right. Got a really cool model of the ship. Love that. So we're going to go into the observation lounge. There's some restrooms here, men and accessible. Here is the observation lounge, which is always quite filled up on this cruise. You could tell from the hat I was wearing a minute ago. It's very cool outside. This particular cruise, it's been not a lot of outdoor activity. There's a bar here. Have a nice 6,000 piece puzzle everybody's been working on. I have different foods here throughout the day. They do have breakfast here. It's more like a continental type breakfast. Drink station and right there. Let's get this door for these folks. In between all of that is a game zone. This is one of the bigger arcades on a ship that we've seen. It's really neat in here. Kinds of fun stuff. Woo! So I got all kinds of cool different games here. Wraps all the way around. Oh, this one, you could win a PS5. See the marbles moving around in there because we're rocking and rolling. Air hockey over there. VR game. Here's your prize center. $500 tokens or tickets, 100 tickets up there. Your bigger prizes over here. You see. Yeah, got some nice prizes. Didn't even bowl. A couple of bowling lanes. They're short, but it's all right. I got some old school games here too. Karate Champ, Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, Centipede. On the other side, you got Mrs. Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Popeye, Defender. Never seen anything like that before. That's kind of cool. Little soccer game. Yeah, this is the biggest arcade on a ship I've ever seen. So that's it for the inside game zone. Obviously, there's stuff outside. There's mini golf and all kinds of stuff outside. Now we had men's room on the other side. Ladies' room is right here. This right here is your smoking area. There's no chairs. This is the only place people can smoke cigarettes except for inside the smoking casino. Ends the room right here. Because of the wind out here, they've had most of the chairs tied up. The sun's out at least right now. We haven't seen the sun very much. The pool is empty, so obviously we can't swim. But the hot tubs are full. I'm going to walk into the Surfside Cafe here in just a minute. But here's your wave pool bar. They do have a big screen up there. Let's go into the Surfside Cafe. Accessible restroom here. There's some nice seating over here as well.
I like the heaters in this area.
Yeah, there are heaters up here in the ceiling, so it's actually nice and warm in this area. Soft serve. For those who dig the soft serve, they got nice big cones or bowls. Your soft serve here. So here's the Surfside Cafe. Here's the buffet. New pizza. The pizza's right here. This is where I feel a choke point is, because it's very thin right here. When you come up here during the day, if this place is opened, it's quite a hassle to get around this corner. Here's your drink station. There's tables all through the side, all the way up here, which we'll show you. They serve different foods through here. Again, it's closed right now. We're in between services. There you go. So more seating area over here. There's a little bit of seating behind this drink station right here. This is usually where the desserts are. And another little bar and a coffee bar. And over here, hot dogs, chicken, this kind of the burger bar, if you will. That's what they call it. So we have to backtrack because you can't go any further this way. Here's your aft elevators and stairs. Men's room accessible, women's room accessible. Oh, I guess the door was closed and I thought it should have been propped open. I thought we could have went all the way around. It was very strange. So here's your Vibe Beach Club. This is a paid area if you want to upgrade to have that area for yourself. We will walk up here so you can get a view of it. So there's your Vibe Beach Club. Except for a few people in the hot tub. Not really a lot of people there. You know, since we're up here, Lisa, let's just take a look around.
I think we should.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's been closed off, access from the other way, but I guess we can get up here. So we're up on deck 18 now. Entry to the drop. This is access for that. And I believe that's a dry slide. You can see some people getting in there. Here's your tea time. Here's your mini golf. Really unique mini golf area. Most mini golfs are not this in-depth on cruise ships. And ultimately, I believe that's the first hole right here. Very cool. Let's circle around to the back and go to the other side. Actually, we'll just cut through here. So this is where you sign up to get your tea time stuff. All the hours are posted for everything that's available out here. Now, if we go all the way up this way, that's kind of where we came in at. Just we're on the other side now. There's, as you see, lots of ping pong tables up here, 3 of them. Foosball. Call this area the stadium. Table shuffleboard. At least that's what they're calling it. There's some instructions up there. Not sure what this is supposed to be. They're still working on stuff back here. That's where you enter the Aqua Coaster. This is as far, I believe, as we can go on this side. Normally this is locked. Obviously they have it open because they're working on it. If that's a crew area only. If we circled all the way around, we'd get to where we came in, but since they do have this area open, we might as well get it now. Pickleball court. Information about the Aqua Slidecoaster, height requirements and stuff. And they have a little scale too. I think at the scale. And you enter the Aqua Coaster from right here. And you go down there. All right, we got to double back, everybody. The wind is literally pushing us back. Oh my.
Dare we try the other side?
Yeah. So here's some more of the tea time, the mini golf, if you will. So yeah, understand the winds are blowing at 50 knots right now. A lot of these upper decks have been closed off because of the wind. I'm not sure why they're open right now. The glow court's behind us. We're going to go up there in just a minute. For their entrance to the pickleball court. All right, here we go back into the wind. Okay, that's as far as we're going. That's as far as we're going.
You should let me go first. All right, let's go ahead and go up to the glow court. Now, there's only one set of elevators that goes up to deck 18. Outside of that, these other areas are a little bit challenging to get to if you have accessibility issues, but they do have the chair system that you can put scooters and wheelchairs on to get you up here. So here's your glow court. Nice little hang area here. I'm not sure what's been going on here at night because, again, it's been closed. We'll go up here. It says book your sessions. So it's like a virtual reality sports court, which is really neat. Obviously you can play regular basketball, but the floor is all LEDs. It's very cool. I would love to have seen this in action. It's just I mean, she's up here. It technically is open, but nobody's coming up here because it's just a little too windy. So there's your glow court. There's another little seating area over here as well. There you go. All right, let's get back down. A lot of the staff hanging out again. As you can see, it is a sea day. Everybody is on the ship. It is very, very, very windy up here. This area is nice and calm, actually, compared, because the structure of the ship obviously blocks the wind right here.
I just paused it for a second. That is the Bullseye bar that I forgot to mention, everybody. That's right there where I just sort of panned the camera through. We showed you a bit of the Bullseye bar yesterday. I'll play this again here. We were up there playing darts at the Bullseye bar yesterday. It's really cool up there. And it is sort of hidden from the wind a bit, so it wasn't too bad. And it's also covered from the weather.
Again, this is how we went outside, so we've already been through here. Surfside Cafe is this way. Palomar and Sukhothai is this way. So we'll do Sukhothai first. This is their brand new Thai-inspired restaurant, cuisine. Very simple decor in here. Love the little round chairs. Just sort of a little bit different. Does go all the way around here to the back. Great views up here. And here's the Vibe Beach Club. And right across from this is Palomar. They've been using Palomar for overflow for breakfast in the buffet because it's been very tough to get seats in that buffet area when they're serving food. So they've been using Palomar as an overflow. Now this leads to an outdoor area of Palomar. We'll get there a different way because I don't want to skip anything. So let's go back the way we came and then we'll show you the outside area of Palomar here in a minute.
these two people standing here, you get a good idea of how congested this area is when this service is open. I really, in my opinion, need to blow out this and that thing right there and open up this corner. It's a little bit of a pinch point. All right, so let's cross over to the other side now. The outdoor area of Palomar. Remember, there was a door, but it's not really a pass-through. So, but you can dine outside if you want. Here at Palomar. Station. Some women's restaurant right here. And the only area that we haven't been able to get to is up there because they're taking the winds directly. There's nothing to help block it, even though it was pretty ridiculous on the other side. So we'll have to try to get that for you on another day. So we're up here on deck 18 now towards the front of the ship. This is where the Aqua Park is. Still very, very windy. I mean, there's no kids up here. It's still not pleasant up here. The sun is out today. That's big help. And the kids' aqua park. So I just thought I would rush it, but I'm sure when the ship gets down to the Caribbean, it'll be a whole different vibe. There's one more deck over for here. Sure, we can get up here, but we're gonna try. Like a nice little sun deck. Here's a little space up here for that. I'm guessing this would be a great secret spot to hang out at, because not many people come up here. Well, there you go. That's it for the deck 18 Kids Aqua Park. And I guess it's deck 19, so it's that deck area. We've gone 360 degrees on deck 17 and also showed you 18 and 19. And I think we got up to 20 there in the back of the ship, because this is right where we started. Right, the model of the ship. Right here at the elevator banks where we started. So there you go. Let us know what your favorite part of this video was. The game area in the back.
Or Lisa's crazy hair.
Windblown Lisa. Leave a comment below. Until we see you on another ship or another deck. Be safe. Ciao.
Filming Tom and Style.
Well, there you go, everybody. Deck 17 and up in the wind tunnel that it was. In fact, even today upstairs, today was our very first low wind, sun's up all day kind of day, and it was very nice. But it was still just a little bit windy up there. But Yeah.
It was
anyways.
cool. So there still wasn't a whole lot of activity out there.
Yeah.
Even though the weather was nice, it was pretty chilly.
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
So let's get back to this. John L. Hello. And he says, thanks for all you do. Hopefully you guys have some time to enjoy yourselves. We call this a workation.
Yeah. Yeah.
a little bit of work, a little vacation.
Yes.
This is 6,000. Wow. I do 2,000. That's big. Yeah. I know
6,000 is a big puzzle.
we're going to have to check to see if they've gotten it done yet.
Yeah.
They've been working on it pretty hard. Cool game zone. It could double as a nightclub. It could. The place is it's huge.
It is. That is the largest arcade I think I've ever seen on land or at sea.
Yes, it's pretty expansive. So again, hello, Carol. How are you?
Thank you.
You saw the Simon as the prize too?
Thank you.
Thank you. I thought that was cool. They had Simon in there as a prize.
Yeah.
Molka, hi all. Sorry we missed you guys yesterday, but I watched the show though later when you guys were off. Okay, not a problem.
Thank you. Good to have you back.
Chris is 54 to 58 kids and not one of them in the arcade.
Right?
Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. You bad one, me. Marina's talking about the cigarette smoke. Can't stand it either. Got it. Makes the ship smell like a bar. It sure does. Irene, me neither. Kathy would like to know, we have already taken a note on this, Kathy, what beverages are on tap in the studio lounge. We're not going to be able to get in there to find out because you only can enter the studio lounge if you're in a studio cabin. However, we did tour and get in there in the middle of the night. The door was kind of left open and we snuck in there. And I'm going to go look at that video and see if I can slow it down enough to see what beverages were on tap. There was a bunch of them in there.
Yeah.
But we'll also find out if champagne is part of the free, as part of More at Sea. Does the ship have lots of ocean viewing areas, places to sit and watch the ocean? Absolutely.
Yes. Everywhere.
Yeah, like all of Deck 8, there's places to sit and chill, which is great. Deck 17 and above, there's areas everywhere. It's at least for this cruise, it's been more about the weather. It's either raining, overcast, brutal winds, 50 to 60 knots, or just too cold. And so there really hasn't been very much, if any activity going on outside. Any kind of deck parties they may have, canceled. I mean, anything that has to do with outside has not gone on this ship.
No, but that being said, they have the observation lounge up on deck 17 in the front of the ship that has panoramic views everywhere. And then on deck 7, the aft of the ship, you have Hudson's main dining room, which mirrors that. It's the panoramic views everywhere of the aft of the ship, and they do have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Hudson's.
Yep. So I'm not sure if you can go sit in Hudson's in between, but at least breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, at least breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the observation lounge otherwise.
Correct. So once the ship finishes its transatlantic, gets down to Florida, where it's going to be based out of, starting to do its Caribbean cruising, a lot of what we've experienced here, it's going to go away.
Yes.
Now, of course, the weather in the Caribbean isn't always 100% nice, but it's far nicer than we've experienced on this transatlantic.
Yes.
And so the use of the spaces will probably normalize once it starts its regular cruising.
I agree, and I totally expect a deck 8 to be a huge outdoor hangout. I really do. It's a great setup.
Chris says, I like the bowling alley. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice arcade, absolutely.
Yes.
I remember the new idea was to get back to the sea and viewing the ocean instead of focusing on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what that deck 8 and some of the upper decks, even in the back where we were most of that video in the stadium area, it is all outside, and there's so much stuff out there.
There's a ton of stuff to do out there.
Ton of stuff. So,
Yeah. Just not for us on this cruise. It's just been too windy and closed.
There's absolutely nothing she can do to get me to go on that slide. And there's nothing you can do to get me into a Speedo. Bullseye, exactly. Hey, Alex, how are you? Hopefully you had a good Thursday as well. Valerie, welcome to you. I'd like to see those specialty menus, especially Thai. Macrina, they are all up on our Facebook group.
Yeah, I
They've
believe
been
I
up there.
posted that last night.
Yep, been up there since yesterday.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel and didn't know, we have a Facebook group. We post all the pictures of the food we eat, all the menus from all the restaurants, and we got pictures of all the menus from the bars today, which we're going to be putting up there. But all that goes in our Facebook group. So just go to Facebook and search for Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. You got to answer the 2 questions or it won't let you in. Okay.
Yes.
Answer the questions.
Since we're talking about it, I do want to let everybody know the bar menu for the Metropolitan Bar. I am not going to be able to post that because it is all on a tablet.
Yeah.
I did, however, they have the sail and sustain drinks. So I did snap a few pictures of those.
A meatball Mai Tai.
No, they have a croissant one, though.
Oh, God. It's just disgusting.
So I will have those up there for Metropolitan. But other than that, Metropolitan's not there.
Oh, yeah. And Chris, every night is a big night. Live from ships we're on every night. I don't know what you're expecting. Laura says, we haven't heard any reviews of Palomar food. Have you heard any feedback yet? Honestly, actually, I haven't heard anybody talk about it.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not one thing. We're not scheduled to eat there either, so.
No, we did teppanyaki.
Yep.
Hasuki. We did
Anda.
Anda.
And we're going to be doing Cagney's.
Cagney's on the last day, and those were the specialty restaurants we chose.
Yeah, we looked at the menu. I mean, it is very, I would think, seafood heavy.
It is.
Which is ultimately why we don't go there, because we don't really like seafood. But yeah, heavily seafood. Question: how about the nightlife on the cruise? Are they playing any bounce music? I'm not sure exactly what bounce music is, but yeah, the nightlife here it does go. Even though it seems like a lot of things close up at midnight, I've been out at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and the Improv doubles. They sort of keep things going in there at night as a club.
Sid
Norman's.
Yeah, they've got a cranking band in there.
Yeah. So yeah. There's plenty of a lot, but it's all down inside. So you figure on a lot of the cruise lines, usually around 10ish or whatever, maybe 11, they'll do some kind of glow party, 70s party, this party, that party, and those are all on upper decks. But not on this cruise. It's just not.
They do have those parties though.
They do.
Yeah, they've got
they're just
80s,
adjusting.
90s, and yeah.
And don't forget the seats in the main theater all retract in, and so that also can become a big club.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to stick our head down there and find out. But you also have to remember our times are adjusted because we're broadcasting when everybody else is playing it. And doing the nighttime stuff. By the time we're done with this live broadcast, it's after midnight, 1 o'clock or later. And so we haven't taken in much other than the shows, which we did see a show today. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. We're also giving a ship away. We're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. It's right there. We're giving a ship away, all kinds of other things. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up. Just stay tuned. We're doing a lot here in the next few weeks, and we'll go over that all in a few minutes. But lots of nighttime activity.
Yeah.
Do they have any outdoor restaurants for lunch / snacks?
I'm thinking you're thinking about the Indulge Food Hall.
No, I don't think that's what she's thinking, but that's the closest to outdoors.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think she's thinking more about like on Carnival by the pool, they've got pizza and they've got
all
these other things.
Well, yeah. So the Indulge Food Hall is in the back of the ship.
Deck
8, and there is tons of seating in the outside on the back of deck 8, both sides and aft. So
to answer your question directly, there's nothing outside from
Correct.
An eatery. It's all inside, but there's plenty of seating outside of these eateries to take the food out there if you want.
Yes.
So by the pool, there's no restaurants by the pool. There's no restaurants at the back. In fact, the little ice cream stand outside of Indulge, it's actually just 2 soft serve machines.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So, in fact, one of the questions from last night
about the strawberry?
specialty restaurants.
Oh.
none of them are open for lunch.
No.
We
have pricing though.
Let's go ahead and correct something from last night.
Yes.
As we suspected, the information we had originally got, as we were telling you last night, was incorrect. They misunderstood Lisa's question.
Yes.
Because when she read it to me, I'm like, yeah, they misunderstood your question, because she had it written like she was asking about packages. However, yesterday, the prices were not posted. All of a sudden today, the prices are posted.
Yes.
So Los Lobos and Anda cost $40 if you don't have a more at sea package. Nama, Sukhothai are both $50. Nama, that's the sushi place in sashimi. Cagney's, Hasuki, Palomar, and La Bistro, those are all $60. So there's your changes from last night.
Yes.
Not necessarily changes, but clarifications.
Clarifications, which we said we would get, and so we have.
Yes, standing room only. And that's all it really is. This is the least smoker-friendly ship I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Walking around. It's that little area, no seats. And they do have a smoking casino that's behind doors, which I think is really nice. But you're supposedly only able to smoke in there, I guess, when you gamble is the thing. And so that literally just leaves everybody who smokes to go outside, good weather or bad weather. There is a smoking lounge. It's for cigars. It's cigars. It's a cigar lounge. It's called a humidor, but exclusively for cigars. I heard somebody mumbling down the hallway about, I went in there and it was bad and they kicked me out. Yeah. It's not very friendly for the cigarette smokers.
No, it's not. And the shelter that they have overhead, it's fabric. So if it's raining, you're going to get wet.
Hello,
So...
Maureen. Love the sun. So do we.
Yes.
We do. It's been like, where's the sun?
Yes.
It in a different way, I think it was the very last transatlantic we did, we were in fog for 5 days straight.
Yeah.
We barely saw the water. Never mind the sun.
10 feet in front of you.
It was like
crazy.
Sailing through split pea soup.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And the horn went off every 2 minutes. That's where we got that from.
Oh, yes. Yes, we did.
That was literally recorded from our balcony. I think it was the Venezia.
Yeah, I was going to take a peek and see if I kept any of those photos to pop one of those up because that was just crazy.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't look today on Facebook for those menus. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, they're all there. Is there a way for you both to show an inside accessible cabin, what it looks like? So we'll see. Obviously we can't see them now. People are in their cabins. So our two chances to view cabins are the second we get on the ship, we try to go get as many cabins as possible, or when we're trying to get off the ship. So obviously the getting on the ship has passed. And we were only able to get 9 or 10 cabins. I forget what the number was because they were already ready and the doors were already locked. I make fun, people ask, how do you see so many cabins? I say, breaking in. We don't break into cabins, obviously. But they're typically open when they're being cleaned. Mm-hmm. Well, since this was the first cruise, the cabins were already cleaned, so the doors were already shut and locked. So we could not get in to see them. So our next opportunity will be on disembarkation day. Mm-hmm. Now, this is all going to depend on two things. One, when do we have to catch our shuttle to the airport? If if your shuttle leaves at 8:30, there's no way we're going to be able to capture any more cabins. If it's like 10:30, then we may be able to get some more cabins. We have the whole list of cabins, Mulka, that we I don't know, it's like 30 or 40 of them on there we wanted to try to get. The only accessible cabin we were able to get was a balcony. So we always try to get an inside, an ocean view, and a balcony, but we could only get to the balcony. So we will try to do our best.
Can you see that? That was the fog for 5 days.
You
on
literally
our last...
cannot even see the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. A tuna daiquiri. Yeah, God, no. Oof.
Ooh, no.
Yes, sun, but holy cow, wind. That's why I left some of the original audio in there so you really could understand how well this filter typically works for us. But when we got up to that one area, it was so bad, it couldn't figure the wind from my voice, and it turned me into a... I don't know, a gremlin or something.
A munchkin.
Munchkin. It was. And it's also interesting that we went through this to also understand why they close decks off.
Yes.
When it is that windy, it is really hard to stand.
It is.
And if you're like,
we're talking his size.
Yeah. It literally, I mean,
It was pushing us.
yeah, literally knocking the feet out. It was from our back when we turned around, and it was literally like I lift my leg to walk a step, and then all of a sudden I'm 4 feet further.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
That was all of our woo.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. It was definitely pushing us everywhere up
So
there.
for those who ever go on a cruise and it's windy and they block off areas of the ship, and your first inclination is to be up. Oh. And your first inclination is to be about it. Please do not. It truly is for your safety.
It is.
And it is just not safe on some of these decks in that kind of wind. Sorry about that. Spelled it wrong. Don't worry about it, Macrina. Very anxious to see Magnets. Cagney's steak.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get Robert. Yeah.
That we had that the last night we were on the ship, so we're probably not going to have pictures and stuff until after we're off the ship.
Marine's
Maybe.
like, I wonder what speed they use on a blender to liquefy a croissant. They have Vitamixes.
They have to. Vitamix will make sawdust out of a 2x4.
my friend, welcome. Good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a long time. You're obviously late. We just walked through the arcade. It is absolutely the largest arcade at sea.
Yes.
By far.
Yes.
You're going to want to go back, and it's actually towards the very beginning of this episode. And we're probably in there for 4 minutes. That's how big it is.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So drag your slider back and watch. But
really
the arcade
cool.
is, we just played it 20 minutes ago. So.
Really cool.
Yep. Really cool. They post the prices now since it's getting close to the end of the cruise and want the non-packaged people's money, but nice it's offered. It is. And that's what I was saying last night. When we sit down to dinner, in the 2 specialty restaurants we've already been to, they asked us for, do you have any food allergies? No. Are you wanting to use your meal credit or not? Meaning we had 3 free specialty dinings.
Yes.
And the fact that they asked that just says to me, well, if they're asking, that means if
that
we
you
say
can't
no,
pay for it.
we'd have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So that's why we dug a little further, but we didn't have to dig further. We looked at the app again and bam.
All of a sudden it's there, which it hadn't been earlier.
And the app is still not working for booking restaurants.
Mm-mm.
So that's still not been fixed yet.
No.
Cool. Now I know what the Venezia sounds like. Yeah.
Yes.
I heard this past week when Celebration left Miami, it was storming and the horn blew every quarter of a mile during the sail away because of the visibility. Yeah, it is. It's marine law.
It is.
Yeah, I remember reading
every
this.
2 minutes.
Reading this comment on one of John Heald's things. Of course, it's always Carnival. It just seems.
Always.
And they were bitching about the horn having to blow because of some inclement weather, whether it was fog or whatever. It's ruining this and blah 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 and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh guys, you just.
It's for your safety.
Yep, that's your button, but no, it's not your button. Dang spell check. Yep, it spelt it wrong because it's not your button. My button. Cool. I'll check it out. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna dig it, man.
You will.
There's all kinds of old school games, VR games. Bowling is in there. They got some cool prizes. You could win a PS5 or an old school Simon. Beep boop boop beep beep boop beep beep beep.
And they even have one of those old time photo booths, where you can sit in there and make these funny faces for your pictures. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Lori says, we drink pastries and cookie craft beers, and they're delicious. Okay. We'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Just that whole eco making drinks out of surplus food just sounds wrong. Just so weird. All right. So what did we do today? So breakfast. We're trying different things these last few days. We're pretty much done with the buffet. We don't care to go back up there anymore.
Yeah.
We've just had enough of trying to find seats and ultimately we just are not that impressed with the food up there.
No.
So we ate in the main dining room for breakfast. We took pictures, of course, which we will post, and we have the menu, which we'll post. But we'll go over the menu, if you will.
Let me find it. I've been taking pictures after
Oh
pictures
yeah,
today.
today's
Today has been, yeah, a crazy day for that. Let's see. Should be. Oh, that's
Wednesday. Get into Thursday. Entrees. While she's looking for that, yeah. So we had a breakfast in Hudson's. It was sit down. We had to wait for just a couple minutes in line. The line was not too bad. Nope. Yesterday.
There we go.
Yesterday. That's yesterday, Lisa.
That's today.
Oh, yesterday is today now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they offer an express breakfast, which is scrambled eggs, bacon, grilled tomato, and breakfast potatoes, and you get a choice of toasts, coffee, tea, or juice. Which, by the way, the orange juice here is also disgusting. It's not orange juice. They call it orange nectarine.
Nectar.
Orange nectar, something.
Orange nectar.
It's honestly just, and I don't know if it's because Floridian and we're used to decent orange juice, but it's absolutely disgusting. Now, I'm quite sure it's disgusting. I'm quite sure if you want orange juice, they'll squeeze you some fresh for probably about $8.
Actually, the
I'll look after we're done.
Yeah, I took a picture of it. It's, I think, $3.75.
$3.75 for a real glass of orange
fresh
juice?
Squeezed, I believe. Yeah, we'll verify that because I took a picture of it.
Daily features: huevos rancheros and loaded breakfast potatoes, which is sort of like a bowl kind of thing with corned beef, bacon, grilled onions, fried eggs, scallions, and cheddar cheese. They have fruit salad, stewed prunes, half grapefruit and orange segments. I had a sliced banana, yogurt parfait, and yogurt. There's hot cereals and cold cereals, muesli and green apples, all kinds of stuff. All right. Then on the other side of the menu, which I'm assuming is the next picture. Yep. You've got eggs to order. You can do that any way you want. Ham and cheese omelet, which I had, which was okay. Came with breakfast potatoes, which were like 6 little potatoes, and that could have been because we were towards the end of breakfast, but it's okay. Mushroom, spinach, and onion omelet, eggs Benedict, open-faced smoked salmon bagel, traditional buttermilk pancakes, Belgian waffle, cinnamon raisin French toast, and there was, of course, sides: bacon, pork or turkey sausage links, grilled ham, corned beef hash, breakfast potatoes, grilled tomato or baked beans. There was assorted muffins and stuff, coffee, all the normal things. So that was the breakfast menu. Get ready for the dinner menu.
Okay.
And we need that over there too. So in the end, we felt the breakfast was as mediocre in the restaurant as it was upstairs in the buffet.
Yeah, I had the scrambled eggs, which usually when you get scrambled eggs in one of the main dining rooms, they are actual scrambled eggs. They're not the pre-made stuff. No, it was just a literal
scoop of stuff like they'd just gotten it from the buffet.
Yeah, so it was the same eggs.
We had hopes that the bacon might be normal bacon.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was the same bacon from the buffet. And I had gotten corned beef hash. And it was literal diced chunks of corned beef and diced chunks of potato. Not what I was expecting. It was okay, but not what I was wanting, not the flavor that I had in mind. So
the croissant was good.
The croissant was really good.
And they did a really good job of slicing the banana. That banana was good. Great job.
And they brought a little, you had the tiny little saucer cups for the coffee. So they brought over an additional pot and set that down. So that was nice.
Yeah, and the service was great. All that's been fine. It's just the food for breakfast, whether it was in the main dining room today or in the buffet, and those are the only 2 places we've had breakfast so far. No, I'm sorry. We had also had breakfast one day up in the observation lounge, but that was
pastries.
Yeah, like continental. And,
yeah,
and that stuff was fine.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm just not fond of their bacon and eggs.
No.
Or their corned beef hash.
Yeah. I had French toast the other day too. It was, again, just mediocre. Anyway, for dinner in the main dining, we didn't actually eat in the main dining for dinner, but they actually gave us the menu.
Yeah, I happened to go down to get copies as they were taking the papers out to replace them for tomorrow night's dinner, and she just said, "Here, you can take these."
All right. So the appetizers: seared Atlantic scallops, bruschetta, cheese ravioli, blue cheese soup,
Oh.
French onion soup, roasted vegetable salad with goat cheese, Caesar salad.
Wow.
For the main entree, broiled hoki, grilled lemon pepper shrimp, Parmesan crusted turkey escalope. Okay. Bratwurst and spinach and ricotta stuffed pepper. For the desserts, a Nutella creme brulee, warm chocolate lava cake. Somebody was asking about the lava
yeah.
cake. There it is. Warm chocolate lava cake.
I think it may have been Patricia.
Actually, Patricia or Macrina, one of the two. Yeah. Anyway, seasonal fruit and the ice cream and the sherbet.
I have to take pictures of those.
Oh, I thought you already did that. Sorry.
No.
That's our. If you see those up on our Facebook group and there's a wrinkle in them, it's my fault.
It's his fault.
We missed lunch today on purpose, not by accident, because at 2:00 we decided to go, which really was more like 1:45, which to go
1:30. I was down there in line for a while.
You were down there by a quarter after.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
ran a second showing of the show Rumors.
Yes.
So we
Backed by popular demand.
Right. We thought they were doing it for 2 days, so we didn't see it the first day, only after the fact to realize they were only running it one day. We're like, crap. Well, they decided to run a matinee today. So when we went in to see Prince, as I was explaining, those retractable seats were like half to 3/4 retracted because a lot of the production happens down on the floor. Well, I'm like, man, if they're going to do that, if that's going to be a thing and the chairs are going to, we need to be in that line early or we're just not going to get a seat. So she got down there, and I don't know how to explain it to you because I don't have a deck plan in front of me. But if you go back and look at a deck plan or look at our Deck 7 video
Where the Starbucks is.
where Lisa was standing 45 minutes before the show, or 15 minutes before the door opened, was literally right in front of Starbucks.
And the other side, the line was just
As
as long. You could see up above
all three decks.
Deck 8 and below Deck 6. They were just as long.
Like, oh man, we're not getting a seat. Fortunately, when it opened, all the seats were out.
Yes.
So the seating went all the way to the front of the stage.
And there was plenty of seating.
And it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But standing there and they didn't open the doors on time either.
They didn't.
They opened the doors like 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
But in the end, Rumors, absolutely another fantastic show, y'all.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
For those who have been around the Tall Man Clan for a while, you know how hard I am on entertainers.
He is
And
a critic.
For me to have nothing to say other than it's fantastic, it's fantastic.
When the show was over, he was one of the first on his feet, giving them a standing ovation.
Yeah.
So that,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Both shows we've seen here,
Yes.
which just amazing. So bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo. Especially whoever the light director was who created the lighting.
Yeah.
Just, man, absolutely was amazing. So there you go. So we did that at 2:00. And it was, Rumors is essentially, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but there's a group out there called, oh my God, I can't think of the name now.
Sid Norman's?
It's not Sid Norman's.
Okay.
It's Album Sides. I remember I went over to the Hard Rock Cafe in Orlando once to go see an album side. Anyway, Rumors is essentially they play the entire album from the first track on side A, and they flip the album and they play all of side B right to the end. And so it might be about 50 minutes. I wasn't clocking it.
It was about an hour.
About an hour.
50
But
minutes to an
yeah,
hour.
very well done. If you get on this ship, you absolutely, Revolution, Rumors, whatever you got to do,
You want to see both of those shows.
go see those shows.
Definitely.
All right. So then editing, walking around, doing what we do. But dinner, we finally made it to Indulge.
And we have the Indulge cups to prove it. Yeah, you can read yours better. Mine's dark with a T.
We're taking these damn things home with us as souvenirs. Fourth time's the charm. Also, what we did not realize, as we bring this to you, they have a different daytime menu as they do nighttime menu.
Oh, I knew that.
I did not.
Yeah, they have a breakfast menu. They have a lunch menu. They have a dinner menu.
We're going to have to go try breakfast tomorrow.
It's the same stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we're just not going to have breakfast for the next 3 days?
We're just not having breakfast for the next 3 days. We're sleeping in.
No, we'll just go do continental.
Okay.
Because their pastries in Danish are pretty good.
Yeah, they were good.
I can't skip breakfast.
Okay, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we can do Indulge because they have the same pastries and fruit
probably.
and things there too, and it's probably going to be easier to find a seat than the observation
All right.
lounge.
I need your phone. I need the menus.
Oh.
For Indulge, because we had Indulge for dinner.
Oh, I got sidetracked. Here we go. And you want the dinner menus.
That's all dinner, isn't it?
No.
So,
Here's dinner.
We'll
There you go.
we'll recap some of the Indulge procedures, if you will. Indulge Food Hall. One, if you want to sample from the different food venues in there, you have to sit at a table.
Yes.
There are bars in there that line each of the
vignettes.
the food vignettes. If you sit at a bar stool at one of the vignettes, you can only order food from that vignette.
Mm-hmm.
You must be sitting at a table to get from everywhere. Okay? Now that's being said, when you sit down at a table, there's a tablet. And all the restaurants are listed on the left-hand side. You just tap the top restaurant. It shows you what's available. Tap it and add it to your order. And then go to the next restaurant and the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. When you're done, you at the bottom, you just hit pay now. Of course, it doesn't cost anything, but it's a pay now button. And all of a sudden, food just starts showing up at your table. They just start bringing it to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the tapas, they had jamon, chorizo, manchego. So I can't read that one.
God bless you.
Daedalus con almendras. Pan con tomato, some kind of tomato. Montedito de congrego. And tortilla española. In Planterie, they had lemon lentil soup, minestrone soup, which she got.
Finally. It was good.
A Jamaican bowl, a Thai bowl, a Moroccan bowl, and and there was proteins that you could add in there. Okay. I'm not going to go over which in each of the bowls, but you get an idea. Noodles, there was Chinese langzhou, engolati, pesto noci, and penne rigate. That was from noodles. From the Latin Quarter, there was coquetel de mariscos, totopos, which is essentially nachos. I had those. That was pretty good.
I had the guacamole. It was good.
Yep. Well, you had the guacamole
From
that was
your nachos.
from
bowl.
the nachos.
Yes.
They had, if you see there's a fourth thing there, the fourth thing, and I know it's backwards, it says guacamole. Guacamole was not on the menu.
Not on the
A separate
tablet.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a chicken tostada.
Mm-hmm.
From the Texas Teasers, deviled eggs, got those. Fried green tomatoes.
Got those.
Somehow we ended up with everything else. A half a chicken, pork spare ribs, and brisket. I don't know how.
We don't remember ordering the chicken.
I ordered the ribs. She ordered the brisket. But a half a chicken showed up as well. And again, all those pictures will be on our Facebook group.
Yes.
So just go to Facebook and search for Tall Man Clan. You'll get to see those pictures, okay? And don't forget, we're giving away a ship. Oh, by the way, it's as big as the one that you saw at the beginning of the video.
It is not.
No, it's not that big. But it is. It's
decent
It's pretty
size.
big. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. From the Seaside Rotisserie, you got lamb top sirloin, picana, which is beef top sirloin, chicken breast, porchetta, pineapple. Then there's also some sides there. Oh, crap. No. There's also sides in the Texas area. I gotta scan. In the Texas, the sides are pinto beans, jalapeno cheese, cornbread, steak fries. We had those. Great. There's also coleslaw. I did not like it. Chunky potato salad, which was pretty good. And oddly enough, the pickles they had, I didn't prefer their pickles either.
They're like sweet and sour or something.
It's almost a
Bread and butter, maybe. No,
it's a combination of like dill / kosher / sweet. It's like it's weird.
It is
I don't
kind of
know.
strange.
It's kind of strange. Anyway, the sides for the other are chickpea salad and something with lemon juice. I can't see. Anyway, so there's that. Then there's Tamara. You can get a roasted chicken, biryani, a chedend marinated fish, chicken tikka masala, pork vindaloo. There's always steamed rice, garlic naan, fresh pepper cheddar naan, and a papadum. For the vegetarians in the house, there's vegetable pakora, grilled saag paneer, and a vegetable entree of the day. There's also some chutneys. They got a cilantro chutney, a tamarind chutney, and riata.
And Planterie, of course, is vegetarian.
Yes.
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 And that's the kids menu.
Kids menu from the same? Okay.
Kids menu. Mm-hmm.
We'll post all the kids menus.
Yeah.
So ultimately, dinner was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dinner, no matter where we've had dinner,
Dinner
has
has
seemed to
always
be
been
great. Yeah.
Breakfast, not so much, but dinner has always been great.
Yeah. So, ribs were great. They had just enough sauce on there, and the steak fries were awesome. The deviled eggs were great. I mean, it really, everything was fantastic.
The brisket was great. The fried green tomatoes, best at sea that I have had.
Yeah.
They were small, but they were thick, like the size of my pinky, and you could literally taste the green tomatoes.
Yeah.
And they were tender and juicy.
Yep.
Yeah. So thumbs up.
Yeah. So, yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
We've got thumbs up guys in here somewhere.
There it is. Where's mine?
Where's yours?
I don't know. Where is mine?
Yours is in there somewhere. It's buried. I got to fix all of this crap.
Yeah.
I know you're in here. Lisa, is this? No, that's not it. I don't know where you are. Where are you?
Here. There I am.
She's right there.
Ding, ding, ding,
I've got the
ding.
thumbs down, but
Oh,
no.
no. We don't want that one.
Oh, here you go. Here you go.
There we go.
Okay. Thumbs up, girl. Okay. Before I forget, we're giving away a ship.
Mhm.
We've said it multiple times. So on the next cruise we're going on, right after this, it is the also inaugural and maiden voyage of the MSC World America.
Mhm.
And we are going to be on there. And to commemorate this event, we have hired a Lego brick type artist to design us a 1 to 400 scale replica of the MSC World America. And it literally, it's going to be about yay big and about yay tall. It's, and I was hoping to have pictures today, but maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, and we're giving it away for free. Now, so you know, this is not sponsored by anybody. It's not sponsored by Legos or MSC or YouTube or anybody else. Lisa and I, out of our own pocket, are paying for this to be designed and paying to put all the bricks, not like physically put the bricks together, but gather all the bricks to give away. Okay.
You have to put it together, but it comes with instructions.
It does. Nice. It'll be a book. Because it's going to be a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
But in the end, we feel the retail value of this. If you were to try to go, if somebody was to design this and put it on a shelf in a store, it's going to range somewhere between $750 to $1,000. That's how big it is. As reference, if you want to go to Legos.com right now and buy the Titanic replica, it's $660. So this is a huge price. It really is. And come right just from us. Now, how do you win? Again, April 12th through the 19th, we're going to be on the ship. There's no way to pre-register. We are actually going to give it away live during one of the shows to somebody watching the show. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to pre-register. And we're using this little software called Raffly that is able to extract all the people watching. And we're going to spin the wheel and we're going to do a countdown and it's going to pick a winner. Okay. So the only thing I'm not telling you is which one of those shows. So you're going to want to be present between the 12th and the 19th. We do broadcast live every night, Wi-Fi allowing it, of course, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. So please hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, but more importantly, in this case, that notification bell right there, because it will notify you when we do go live, because you don't want to miss that, especially if you enjoy Legos.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back to balcony view for a minute here.
All right.
Balcony view. So, yeah, so we are giving that sucker away.
Yes.
Okay, let's
see if we can find our comments.
Yes, let's get back to some of the comments.
Okay.
Macrina's like, you got to be drunk for those meatball margaritas.
They actually don't have meatball margaritas.
Macrina, we typically enjoy the MDR breakfast as well, because usually it's a little bit different. It's a little more special. In this case, it was not. It literally seemed like it was exactly the same food that we could have gotten from the buffet.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
And I don't know if that's something that's going to change once we, get into the States and get out of the European area.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would hope that it would change.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Carol also loves the main dining room breakfast.
Yeah.
No pre-check-in for MDR breakfast or dinner. No. Remember this is NCL, free style cruising. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you're just joining us live, that is a live look right outside our balcony door. That's our camera out on our balcony looking towards the back of the NCL Aqua. So you're looking at, I guess, deck 8, the walkway down there on deck 8. You can also kind of see the drop slide back there hanging off the side. And of course, you're not going to see anybody out there because it's just cold.
You can really tell the difference in the seas, though, can't you?
Yeah.
From our previous balcony cams.
Yeah, if you go out on other nights, you could see a lot of white.
You
Here,
could.
It's much more calm.
Yeah.
So anyway, so because it's freestyle dining, at least when it comes to MDR stuff, there's no reservations, there's no check-in, there's nothing. You literally just walk down there anytime you want.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the specialty restaurants go, that is different. You need to make a reservation. And so you have one of two options. You either book really early and make the reservations immediately, because the available slots to make reservations pre-cruise are very small.
Yes.
And once those pre-cruise slots are filled, they shut it off and you can no longer pre-book the restaurants. You got to do it when you get to the ship.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully by the time you guys who are going on the Aqua get on the ship, they will have fixed the app. And as soon as you get on, you can connect to their Wi-Fi. And I'm not talking about the internet. Just turn in the Wi-Fi, open up the app, and you can make reservations through the app. Currently, that does not work on the app.
No.
So you then have to go stand in line. For us, the line, all of this was happening to speak to the restaurant people and make reservations in the main theater. On deck 6. There was a massive line. We were in the line for an hour and 10 or an hour and 20 minutes because the app is not working when it comes to those things, and because everybody still needed to make reservations, not just for the first 7 days, but now the
3
the
extra
last
days.
3 days. Yeah, it was.
And because the app wasn't working, everybody needed to make
Yes.
reservations, and
Yes.
it was a huge long line.
It was a mess.
Yeah,
It
it was.
a mess. So anyway, yeah, that's that. That's called Tang. You know what? I've had Tang. Tang is way better than this. Even if you remember, like the old school orange drink you used to get from McDonald's, that was way better than this. It's just,
it wasn't that bad.
it was that bad. For orange juice lovers, it was that bad. Just like you didn't like your corned beef hash.
I didn't. You're right.
It was that bad.
Yeah.
So is the orange juice.
Okay.
Because it's not orange juice. It's
Okay.
some-
It's not the flavor you wanted. I get it.
I don't, orange nectar, whatever. Milka says, okay, I got the name of the Sunday shop I was told Aqua could have. It's called Coco's. There is no Coco's.
No.
It's not here.
No, we read yesterday the names of all of the restaurants in Indulge. So let's see. We have tapas. We have Planterie. We have Noodles. We have Texas Smokehouse. We have Seaside Rotisserie. We have the Latin Quarter. We have Tamara. And then we have the ice cream.
Not the ice cream. Well, the ice cream.
It's outside.
It's outside. It's just 2 soft serve machines. But
Yeah.
you forgot the name of the dessert place inside.
Just desserts.
Just desserts.
And just ice cream.
That's all that's in the back.
That is it.
Right? So no Coco's here.
No, sorry.
Right? Stewed prunes. Yep, they had stewed prunes.
They did.
The other Prima ships have Coco's, I believe. Well, this one doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I'm guessing that Planterie replaced Coco's because Planterie is not on the other ships. This is the
No.
first ship that Planterie is on. So
Yeah.
sounds crappy. The breakfast was just it was mediocre.
Breakfast was not my favorite meal, but all of the dinners that we've had have been really good.
Yeah, just like the powdered eggs they serve on the
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I was expecting actual scrambled, and it was
How?
not.
How? We already told you, Lori. I'm just catching up.
We're just a little headed.
Not a chance in hell, Alex. You must have missed that part of the episode already where Chris was
trying to get him on there.
trying to urge on Lisa to get me on there. I'm like, there's nothing she can do. Yeah,
I'm not sure I can do it. I'm the more thrill seeker out of the two of us. But the drop slide, there's a couple of spins in there, and it's a tube. And I believe that you have to lay back. I'm going to have to take a closer look at it.
You're completely flat in this cocoon-like
Yes.
fabric.
Yeah.
Your feet are down inside, and you lay in this thing.
And so I don't think I can do that if I'm going around corners laying down and it moves my head, that throws my equilibrium off.
Yeah, because you won't see either.
Yeah,
where
I
you're
won't
going
see
and what you're
anything.
doing.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that I can even do that. But definitely he cannot.
No.
Not with his vertigo.
No.
Yeah. So I'm not sure I can do it either.
Irene wanted to know, did we get 3 extra days of free food? Well, not specialty restaurants.
Yeah.
So they didn't add any of that.
No.
So if you want to eat outside of what you got in one of the specialty restaurants, that would cost you a little extra. So I'm sure if you went down, for those who have the packages and bitched and moaned and groaned, they may have thrown something at you. But we're just not those two people. In fact, we went down to customer service today to verify our transfer to the airport. They had called us a couple days ago on the phone. Hi, it's Gus Services. We know that airfare and the transfer in Boston. Are you still wanting your transfer in New York? Of course I want the transfer. Well, what time would you like it? I have no idea what time my flight is because you guys booked it. Okay, just come and let us know when. Anyway, so we now know what our flight time is. We're leaving later afternoon. So we don't necessarily have to get off the ship first thing in the morning. Anyway, don't have to. But we then had to go to customer service today to let them know what our departure time at the airport so they can schedule us appropriately in the queue of people needing to get to the airport.
But we still don't have our transfers yet, so we don't know
So
what time
we
our
don't know what that
transfers
time
are.
But while we were there, we told them about a few things about the cabin, right? So we've told you live that it's been hot in here. Like the AC has not been working. We've literally been sleeping with the door cracked to get a little cool air in here because anyway, they sent somebody up right away, reset it, and the AC is working. So that's great.
Yes.
We told them about the door. Oddly enough, so I'm going to tell this to everybody else. I'm going to tell you what they told us. They have said no one else on the ship that has connecting doors has complained about the volume on the other side of the door. So, this being said, it is potentially that this cabin and the one next to us, where 12-182
and
12-184, it's an anomaly. There's something wrong with these two doors. But it is now documented
Yes.
that whatever goes on there is clearly heard in here and vice versa.
Yes.
So if you're ever booking this particular cabin, 12-182, hopefully they will have addressed it. I mean, look, they addressed the AC
quickly.
They were up here in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they did because it was fast. I'm just assuming it was a breaker or something popped and done. So anyway. Okay. No, thank you. I'm not sure what you're saying. Drop slide or something. I don't know. Whatever. Milka says, is there another show there playing on the ship called Elements, The World Expanded? Yes, it is going to play the last 2 days. I heard both shows that they had were Pieces Revolution and Elements show. Do they have this, and have you all seen? So Elements, as I just mentioned, will run the last 2 days of the cruise. So we have 4 opportunities to try to get in there. And we will go at some point. If that means we're coming on later in the evening, just so we can go, because by that time we'll be back on Eastern Standard Time. Starting tomorrow, or right now. I think it's right now. We're 1 hour's difference.
Is it 1 hour? I thought we were still 2 hours.
No, I think we're 1 hour difference.
Oh.
Hang on, I can confirm.
Okay.
Anyway, the point being, the closer we get to Eastern Standard Time, the harder it is to see a show and broadcast. No, I don't. I just want to know what time it is. It's 11:20 here, and it's 10:20 home. Yeah, so we're 1 hour difference. So hopefully we keep that 1 hour, like until the last night or something, because then we can go and see. We'll do an early dinner and then see it. Hopefully the 7:30 show, not tomorrow, but the next day, because it's run the last 2 days. So, but a recap: Revolution was the new Prince show. Absolutely fantastic. It is a must see.
Yes,
but you're more than likely, or a high percentage, unless you're standing in line for 30 minutes before the 30-minute door opens, you may not get a seat.
Yeah.
On deck 6, it's really a dance floor. They've taken the chairs and they've pushed them back, so only a couple of rows are showing. The rest of it, they have these set pieces that they move around during the show, and the performers come off stage and perform on these set pieces. But they want a concert type atmosphere, and so they want people down there standing room only, like it would be at a big concert. So just know, if you don't want to stand down and on the ground there and be part of that concert environment, and you want a chair, I'm going to try to go. In fact, I started trying to do that today, was count them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I got to know how many seats there are, because there's 4,000 plus people on here, or there can be, and we're 1,000 shy of complete capacity.
Yes, there's currently 4 something on here,
and it's already hard to get seats.
Yes.
So, but if you come on here, you definitely want to do whatever you got to do to see those 2 shows.
Yes.
Irene says, didn't think specialty, but main dining. Oh, no, of course. All the main dining stuff is included for free.
Yeah.
And the main dining, I'm telling you, we've been
It's been great.
loved it.
Yeah.
Arcade and Travels went, I just went back and watched the arcade. It is big.
Isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's
right?
great.
Now, I don't know how much you watch from going back, but just even outside the arcade, if you go and watch a little bit further, there was all those other outdoor things up in this, which is called the stadium area.
Yeah.
They have a dedicated pickleball court. They've got the glow court, which, by the way, I think has 6 or 8 different types of games.
Yes.
That you can do in the glow court. There's some tea time, which is mini golf, but it's like a cool mini golf course, like a real mini golf course with apparatus and things, as opposed to just a couple little humps and green grass.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The ping pong tables, darts in the Bullseye, which, by the way, you get the darts from the same place that you check in for the tea time.
Yes.
All of it is included except for the tea time golf. That is $5.
Yes.
I mean, arcade games are not, obviously, you got to pay for those as well. But
The outdoor games to include the Aqua Coaster.
yeah, the Aqua
That
Coaster
is free.
Yeah.
If it opens, it's not currently open.
Yeah.
But when it opens, it's free.
Macrina asked, did the buffet have an omelet station? I wonder if you asked for them for scrambled eggs or doctored up scrambled eggs, if they would do it, or for real scrambled eggs. They do. They do have an omelet station, but every time we've gone up there, there's been like 70 people standing in the one line for the one omelet station. I'm tired of the lines. It really, there's lines and lines and lines. It just seems for everything. But if you remember that part, we were up there when it was closed. But just go back to yesterday's video when we did the sort of follow us around for the day part last night, showed you that video. That was towards the end of breakfast and only had about half of the people that are normally milling through there, and you couldn't barely walk.
Yeah. It's pretty packed in there.
It really, it's they should just do away with the buffet altogether. Make it another restaurant or something. I don't know.
Maybe they should. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Drop slide, no.
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 I'm gonna have to take a really close look at it. I don't think I can do it either.
Yeah. I had an omelet this morning, and it was all right. It was ham and cheese omelet. It was, a couple drops of cheese in there. They seem to be really light on their cheese.
Yeah.
Just like
The French onion
the French
soup.
onion soup.
Yeah.
Like 3 little drops of cheese in that little kind of crouton. Chris has a question.
Okay.
Do you ask your stateroom attendant for a fan? I do it on the first day. I just like to hear the noise of the fan plus the circulation. Yes, you can ask your cabin attendant, but oddly enough, we've never actually been introduced to our cabin steward yet.
No.
Day 7. We're pretty sure we know who he is because there's one cabin attendant that's really close to all these cabins, but he's never technically introduced himself to us.
No.
So we technically have no idea who our particular cabin steward is.
No, they have the electronic lights. You turn the light on when you the clean my cabin light on, or leave the do not disturb light on. And we just have never seen him. But when we turn the clean my cabin light on and take off for a while, we come back and it's clean.
Yeah. On most cruise lines and most cruise ships, on day 1, when you're first getting on the ship and your cabin attendant, makes himself known. Hey, I'm your person. Nice to meet you. Here's my card. Here's my number. If you ever need anything, blah, 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 blah. yeah, we have no idea who our guy is.
Well, it's up on the television
It
screen
is.
when you turn
It
that
is.
on.
It
And
is.
so we have his information
If we ever needed something.
to. But the thing is, Chris, it's been cool here. And since we have the balcony stateroom, it's very, very nice just cracking open the door to get that breeze. Personally, I cannot sleep with a fan. I have severe allergy issues, and it just makes me congested. I can't breathe with a fan on.
No fan for this one.
Yeah, no, sorry. So no, we've never asked.
Some of those staterooms can turn into hot boxes, especially in the summer. I would say that for a lot of the older ships, but the newer ships, the ACs on the cabin seem to be really banging.
Yeah.
Now that they fixed ours,
It's cold in here now.
I had to turn it back up where we would normally have it.
Yeah.
Normally we just keep it at 50%, if you will, right? Just there's always that midline. We just keep it right there. So, but it was down all the way at the bottom, and then within a couple hours, it was an ice cube in here.
It was.
So yes, it's working. Woo. He will knock on your door the last day. Probably will.
Yeah, that's possible.
Alex says, "Was I the only one? I noticed someone on the balcony." No, are you talking about on balcony cam? I'm reading comments and stuff, so I'm not looking up. It's probably our neighbor.
It probably is.
Yeah. Somebody spying on us?
I don't know.
2 minutes ago. Well, I have no way to go back because we're live, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's our neighbor. Who we've met our neighbor. His name's Jay, so it's probably Jay.
Yeah.
There you go. 2 minutes ago. Yep,
Yeah.
so. Or if where that light was right there, you can sort of see the shadow of the light. Maybe that's where that's 2 cabins down. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been looking at the comments too. I haven't even been looking at balcony cam.
I know it's late, but it's snack time.
Ooh, I like
Everybody
it.
get out your snack.
Are you going for that one?
Yes. What is this?
That is a chocolate pecan bar.
Look at that, y'all.
And I'm going to have...
They decorate them all the same way.
Yeah, they do.
Like this red thing is like it's almost like a piece of
It's like cake.
short bread or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that is. And I have coconut cream pie.
All right. Little snack music.
All right.
Let's eat.
So here we go again, it's no surprise. 'Cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, the morning.
All right. What did everybody have for snack? Leave it in the chat. We want to know what you guys were eating.
My coconut cream pie was really good.
And that pecan chocolate bar thing, it actually had some coffee in it or mocha,
I could smell it.
which is not my favorite.
Yeah.
So in the end, I'm just going to go middle of the road. I mean,
Yeah.
lots of pecans. It was pretty good, but I'm not a fan of mocha. So that's why it brought it down a little bit for me. If it hadn't had the mocha, because I was expecting more chocolate than mocha.
I was as well.
I would've
But when
brought it
you
up a
said
little
that,
bit.
I was like, oh, I can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It said chocolate pecan bar.
Yeah. So leave your snack choices down there in chat. Okay, here we go. Yes, the neighbors were out.
Oh, I totally missed
Yeah,
it.
I did anyway. Chris said, well, that's sad. Sorry to hear that. I enjoy my stateroom guy or gal. They make the cruise a lot of times. Of course, they do. Absolutely. Seems like every time I open the door, they are there. That's why I said I'm
We're
pretty
pretty sure we know
we know
who
our
it
guy
is.
because there's this one guy working sort of this area. He's got to be the guy, but I have no idea what his name is. He hasn't said. I mean, all of them say hello when
They
you walk by,
do.
so it's not like he hasn't called us by name. You know, a lot of
Mhm.
times your stateroom attendant, they end up learning your name pretty quickly, and they'll be like, hi, Mr. Robert and Miss Lisa. Nope, none of that.
Well,
And
heck,
so,
Justine from the girl that made your banana split.
yeah, she remembers us.
She remembers you. She remembers you. Every time he walks by, she's like,
Hey, Mr. Banana
Split.
Yeah. She's on our deck for the emergency today.
Yes.
And she saw me coming. Hey, Mr. Banana Split. I'm like, hey, Justine.
Yeah.
I remember you too.
Yeah, they had emergency drills today, and like he said, she was on our deck.
Yeah, it was like it seemed like almost the entire crew was like part of the
Yes.
drill. It was crazy.
A ton of people
Yeah, so we had a notice on our door.
that we had
You've been
evacuated.
Cool. I'm evacuating another NCL ship. Abandoned ship. Anyway, well, that said, sorry to hear. Yeah, sorry, I read all that one. Ooh, the Beacon Bar looked good. We already told you about that.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Music. Ricola.
Oh, still, I'm sorry.
Elaine had some pretzels.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yum.
Pretzels.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
had pretzel bites the other day in
Yeah.
the local.
Yep, the local good pretzel bites. I think I'm going to have them again tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to go down there and eat again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to.
Skipping lunch hurts.
Yeah, it does.
It hurts.
It does.
All right, so for all the new people here, again, thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate you. We have a group cruise coming up too. I want to make sure we tell you all about that. There it is, 218 days.
And you're all invited.
Everybody's invited. And in fact, not only are you invited, we'll play you a little bit of, we'll give you a little info. Here you go.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties,
pineapples.
ducks, and of course the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see you on the horizon. All right, just in case it wasn't enough time for you to get the email, there it is. FYI, we are not travel agents. We did not put this group cruise together to make money off of you guys booking. We just want to hang out with the Tall Man Clan. But we do have an agent that is handling the booking for us. So if you email us there, I will forward you Kathy's information. We've been working with Kathy and her partner forever, 15, 20 years, Chris. Anyway, but they're taking care of it. But you must book into the group if you want to attend any of the group functions. And we are having some functions. This is not just we're going to entertain you. We're going to have some fun.
We're going to have fun.
Will be some production here. All right. So anyway, so yeah, we look forward to seeing all of you on that. So
Absolutely.
if you're new to the channel, please consider joining us there. So, all right. Chris says, slip him a 20 and every time he'll be by your door waiting there. If you like the yacht club again. Yeah. We're not that needy. Chocolate milk and Tylenol. There's an interesting combination.
Somebody else
Irene.
not feeling well. Hope you feel better.
Alex said he had an evacuation sign on my door when he left the cabin of Scarlet Lady. Yeah, I think it's, how they do it, because during this drill, there probably was 8 or 10 crew in our hallway. And obviously part of it is they're banging, they didn't do that today, but in a real emergency,
Yeah, in a real
banging
emergency,
on
they
doors,
would.
making sure each cabin is cleared, and then hanging a sign so that people checking can visibly see that cabin's been cleared, right? So evacuate. So there we go. Sorry. But yeah, so we got that today.
Yeah, I love getting those.
So if anybody's going on any of the other so-called inaugural cruises, let us know if you guys get one of those as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gone? What do you mean we're gone? No, we're right here. We're not gone. Come back. We're here.
Oh, are we muted? Is that the thing?
No, we're not muted.
No.
Night, guys. We're here. We're here. Oh, yes, back. And they're back. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just a dip, I guess. Who knows?
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, did you guys get to see the certificate then, since we disappeared?
Yeah, you buffered, but now back. Yeah, we were showing the inaugural gift we got. Did y'all get to see that?
Yeah,
Yes or
let
no?
us know.
We'll show it to you again if you want to see it.
Yeah.
You were
Back,
lagging.
it's
It's
buffering.
buffering.
Oh,
It always seems to happen about the hour and 45 minutes
it does.
every night. So
Yeah.
no. They didn't see it.
No, okay.
okay.
Sorry, you got to do that again.
Ah, yeah, do it again. Do it again. And notice it has the correct date on there. It's
Yeah.
just a certificate.
Yep.
Right? So
I know a lot of people were wondering if this was the maiden voyage, the inaugural, or whatever. They are calling this the inaugural. And it does have the dates March 28th through April 7th, 2025. So we
Yep.
were saying, for those of you who are going on the next couple of
sailings,
inaugurals,
supposedly inaugurals.
yeah, let us know if you guys get
Yeah.
one of the certificates. We'd love to hear.
Yeah. I would like to have one, and my key card is going to be sort of one that actually has the
The
original date written on here,
See,
ending the 4th. So this will be a collector's item one day.
it probably will. Mine, I changed my card, so mine actually has the 10-day sailing on it, departing on the 7th, but his does not.
Everybody's saying no to the gift. I'm not going to put those all up there.
Okay.
The last comment was the evacuate was in. Patricia's like, how nice. Yeah, it's usually on all the inaugurals. There's some sort of gift or something.
Yeah.
We got a hat, a cowboy hat
For the Jubilee.
for the Jubilee. It was a really bad one, but it was a gift. Actually, the nicest one that we ever really got, in my opinion, was that medallion
From Virgin.
on the Resilient Lady.
It was a replica of the ship's coin.
Yeah, a big, heavy,
and a leather
substantial
pouch.
Yeah,
really
that was
nice. Yeah,
Um,
that's my favorite gift.
On the Ascent, wasn't it sort of another thing like that, but it was in a nice binder or something? Or I don't know.
I don't remember a binder. I do remember a certificate. We've gotten, I think, on the Celebration, or was it? Maybe it was the Venezia. We got the ship's book. That had to have been the ship's
That was the Celebration.
That was
And
the
we ended up with 3 of them.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to give one of those away. I don't even know where they are. Where are they? They're in the house?
They're in the house.
They're in the house?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
All right, so anyway, tomorrow night will be the spa and the kids area. And just a yes or no. I want to know what you think, because we have 2 days after that, and we've shown all the ship.
Yeah.
But we did video the entire meal at Teppanyaki. So what do you all think about if in the background, like we do for balcony cam, what if we had the whole teppanyaki dinner going there and just Lisa and I in this little box where we are right now? Would you guys be up for that? Because we've got 2 days and we've already shown the entire ship. I mean, I don't know what else to do for you guys other than answer your questions. So let us know if you'd like to see that teppanyaki. So we would put that up, and we'll turn off the volume, and you guys can just drool over the food. Oh, geez, more
really
questions.
good.
How nice.
Yeah.
How'd you two switch sides so quick? Oh. We have the camera mirror imaged, oddly enough, because of my vertigo and everything. If I have the camera non-mirrored and it show you exactly how we really are sitting, it makes me nauseous with me talking here, but it's showing up over here on the screen, which is in front of us. Plus, I'm trying to read the comments and all those different things. So it just works with So we mirror the camera. But if you need or we want you to read or see something, I have to unmirror it so you can read it. It's also why if we're wearing shirts that have logos or whatever, you can't read them. They're backwards because I've mirror imaged the things.
We actually had a couple of shirts printed with the logo printed backwards.
Yes, they're hanging up. We haven't even put them on. That's it. We're going to have to wear them tomorrow.
Okay.
I like the 50th anniversary book from Celebration Argo. Yeah, that was a really nice book.
Yeah.
Yes, teppanyaki, that would be fine. Yes,
Okay.
would love to see the meal. Never tried it. That would be great. Awesome. Okay, so
Teppanyaki
it won't be
is.
tomorrow, but it'll be the next day. We'll put teppanyaki up
As our background.
as our
Okay.
background. Yeah,
All right.
so you can sort of see the full process and the amount of food that they give you on
They
this one.
gave us a ton of food. Ton of food.
Very rarely do I come out of any specialty restaurant on a cruise ship going, I didn't mind spending that kind of money for that meal.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it was like, it's a great meal, but man, $60?
I know, per person.
Man, I just spent $120 for that. That's like a $20 whatever,
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
And so leaving teppanyaki on this ship was like, I was a good $60 meal.
That was.
Just too bad we couldn't take the leftovers.
Yeah.
Because it was honestly, for me, I get about a meal and a half out of teppanyaki. She gets 2 meals.
I could have totally gotten 2 meals.
This, for me, would have been 2 full meals, if not 2 and a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Which then means it's not $60; it's really like $30 because I'm eating off of it for 2 meals. But that's how much food they gave you.
It was a ton of food.
And we're not just talking about the cheap part of the food, meaning the vegetables and the rice.
Yeah.
Half of my plate was steak, and the other half of the plate was chicken.
Yeah.
Just wow. And I don't know if that was an accident. I don't know if it's because it's the first cruise. I have no idea. We're not anyone special. No one from NCL knows us from anybody. I promise you. Everybody at that table got those kind of quantities.
Yeah. It was a lot of food.
Yeah.
A lot of food.
Yep. So we didn't meet anybody new today, though.
No, we didn't.
No.
No.
And Steven and his wife didn't call us for a rematch either.
No.
Come on, Steve.
Leslie, come on.
Let's do it. Anyway, Irene's like, I would love to catch that. Okay, all right, awesome. So we'll try to do that.
All right.
How about you group cruisers? Maybe we do a teppanyaki dinner,
That would be amazing.
right?
Yeah. I think we do have, well, yeah, we've got some vegetarians, but you can get vegetable meals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, we could do that.
Teppanyaki group
Yeah.
cruise dinner.
Let
I don't
us
know.
you guys.
Maybe we need to do that in the group chat on the Facebook channel.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Facebook channel.
That's
There you
probably
go,
a good
Facebook.
idea.
All you new folks, subscribe. Become part of the Tall Man Clan's free. Really helps out the channel. Literally, if you are new here, because people are coming and going, we do broadcast live every night. We're on a ship, bringing you a different part of the ship, typically every night. This cruise being a little bit more extended. I've run out of things to show, but not really. We have stuff, but
we're still here to answer questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we love to do is, especially on inaugural cruises. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is people always have questions about a ship that can't be answered until someone's on the ship.
Yes.
The people shoreside only know so much. And so we always tell people, hey, if you have any questions about the ship, the best time to ask is like now when we're on the ship, because we can go and either find the answer or ask for an answer. And being as much as we've cruised, if the answer we're giving seems to be a little off, we'll ask somebody else just to confirm, right? But no better time to do it than we're on. So if you enjoy cruising and love to see stuff like you're looking at right now, that is a camera off of our balcony down the side of the ship as we steam our way towards New York, even though we're still 3 days away. Consider joining. We'd love to have you, and we're just kind of this silly all the time.
Yes, we are.
Irene's like, your lives are fun, though. Exactly, right?
Thank you.
It's mostly because I'm an idiot, and I make mistakes, and I hit wrong buttons all the time. That one, of course, was the right one. I'm going to have to do this for myself.
He's all about the buttons.
There you go, Robert. You moron, you. And we're giving away a ship. Golly. I'm going to be disappointed, truthfully, honestly, if there's not at least 100 people watching.
Yeah.
I really, as much as we've talked about that, did the video, we've done shorts, I just don't personally, I would thought that would have been a huge thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do y'all think? You think this whole Lego
Well, I mean,
giveaway thing's a big
every
thing?
time we ask, everybody says, yeah,
I
we
know,
love Legos.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Kinuki, welcome. Yeah, you guys are going to
Hi.
be on later this month. I know. I saw that your post, your message to me. Thank you.
Nice.
Anxious to see how your experience
Thank
is.
you.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, so obviously we're going to do a full review when we're completely done here. But, throughout the time we've been fairly vocal about stuff already. The biggest thing right now for us is breakfast has just not been good.
No.
Overall. And we don't know if that's just because the food that was provisioned on the ship is European food and a different quality that we're used to. I'm just not sure, but we've just not really had good experiences at breakfast.
No, but dinner has been great.
Dinners have been fantastic.
Yeah.
So
you.
outside of that, we'll talk about the rest here as soon as we're done. We get off the ship on the 7th, and because of travel time, it'll probably be the 8th when we do our review.
Yeah.
Because we're not actually going to get back to Florida and with all of our stuff back to Tallman Mobile until probably, about 9 o'clock, which is not a lot of time to prepare.
No, it's not.
So, and that might be lucky if we're there by 9. It's probably going to be closer to 9:30. So probably on the 8th, we'll come back with, our full wrap up of what's going on this. Anyway, that's why the omelet line was so long.
I think you are 100% correct on
Yeah.
that.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could be. But even think about that. A lot of times with the omelets, and I don't think it's a lot of times, I think it's all the time, the eggs are coming out of this big container and they dip the ladle in and they pour the eggs in. They look like real eggs to me. They're not powdered in any kind of way, I don't think.
No.
I don't, honestly, people make fun of, the powdered eggs, this, that, or whatever. I've watched countless videos on behind the scenes stuff on cruise ships, and they talk about the 12,000 dozen eggs they have to get on board.
Right.
They're I don't think they're using powdered eggs. They just don't know how to cook them.
I think you're right.
They're always, we had a conversation, I think on the last ship we were on. And I've never had to use or thought I would have to use this term, but who was it? Valerie called it scrambled hard.
Yes.
Does
They're not scrambled hard.
But I don't know why you should have to say that.
Yeah.
They're scrambled eggs. Aren't they supposed to be like cooked and not runny? I understand over easy is runny and the yolk and all that stuff. That's a thing.
But that's over easy. That's not scrambled.
I know.
Yeah.
Scrambled is scrambled is scrambled. Who wants their scrambled eggs running around their plate?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, so, yeah, I just don't, I don't know.
I honestly, I do suspect that breakfast is going to change once they get into the United States and have their own provisions. I think it will change.
Yeah. Yeah, their bacon is also atrocious right
Yeah,
now. So,
It is.
no, they don't taste like much of anything. The eggs, because they're not cooked.
They're just
They're just runny raw mess.
and it's like no seasoning. They're just
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Look, we're not big foodie types. We're not scrambled eggs are scrambled eggs. They should be cooked. I don't know. It's just a thing, I guess. I don't know. Leave in the comment. If you're having scrambled eggs, do you enjoy them running around your plate or would you like them sitting in one spot? Yes for one spot. No for running around the plate. Yes or no in the chat. Again, yes, eggs in one spot. No for running around your plate. I want to know y'all's opinions. 'Cause I just want to make sure that we're not crazy.
Oh, I don't think we're crazy at all.
Hickey Nuki says, I wanted to invent powdered water, but I couldn't figure out what to mix it with. air.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
There's some product out there that intrigued me, and is something about some kind of hydration powdered stuff. I don't know, and I'm like, how does that work? How is that possible? I don't know.
Elaine said no. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
So yes was eggs
Yes
in
is
one spot.
One spot. No,
No
is
was
running
for
around
running
the plate.
around the plate.
Yeah.
All right. So Elaine likes her eggs, scrambled eggs, a little runny.
Okay. Well, you would be happy then, because they've been runny.
Macrina's also a no. She likes them scrambled soft, which is cooked, but not dry.
Okay.
I've never considered cooked eggs dry.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because of how you cook them, or
I don't know.
I just, you cook them the same way I used to cook them.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were different ways to cook scrambled eggs, for Pete's sake. It's a scrambled egg. Oh, yes. Could I get poached eggs?
I saw somebody with poached eggs that you could get in the main dining room. So yes, you can get poached eggs.
Yep.
And I maybe if we do the main dining room, maybe I'll do like over easy on wheat toast. I used to eat them like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't like the runny scrambled. Not my thing.
Elaine meant no. I don't like to chase them around. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, Irene, I'm not talking about burnt. We don't want them burnt. Just cooked and
just
firm
solid.
and sitting nice instead of. you get the spoon and the thing and put on your plate, and they just go, and it's runny. It's I don't know.
It's liquidy still.
Yeah. You would think too, being in the, and that's originally what I thought was they're purposely undercooked because they're putting them
on the
heated thing.
Yeah.
And sitting there while waiting for people to take them, they'll finish doing their thing. And by the time you get to the bottom of the pan, they're no, they're just little runny messes.
Yeah.
We shot a lot of pictures at a lot of video in that video we put up yesterday for breakfast.
We did.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, not overcooked. We don't like them overcooked.
No.
So, okay, everybody. I think we've talked about everything.
Yeah.
There was any notes that we didn't go over tonight? Questions we needed answered? So now that we're 2 hours into this thing.
Right.
Not that anybody's. We went over the prices.
We went over the prices.
We've talked about yesterday, and I know, Mulka, you're here now, and you weren't here yesterday, but none of the specialty restaurants were open for lunch.
And no.
We learned the head chef's name.
It's
Chris.
Nicholas.
Of course, Chris is gone.
Oh. But yeah, I haven't,
we didn't find out where he's from.
I haven't found out where he's from, so that's still on my list.
Well, hello, Vic Lutz. That's a new name. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome to the Tall Man Clan.
Yes.
Where all the crazies hang out.
Absolutely.
Irene says, my husband's scrambled are fried eggs cut up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people down there on the walk.
Oh, there sure is. Look at that.
Speaking of crazies.
Yeah.
You can see people down. Let's do it. I'm trying to find out if they're workers.
I don't think they are. Well,
no, he's got a little bag slung across.
Yeah.
No, they're just taking up the evening.
Yeah, I guess so.
the evening brisk air. There we go. We're not trying to be peeping Tom, so I was trying to see if they were crew.
Yeah, the last time we saw somebody out on the deck, it was somebody that was washing the deck.
The only thing I think that we would do different with our eggs than someplace like this where mass cooking is, Lisa takes the eggs, we crack them, we put them in a little bowl, we stir it up, put a little milk in there, stir it up, salt, pepper, whatever, just, little basic, and then cook it until they're firm.
They're solid.
Yeah. She's like, spy cam. No, I was just checking to see if they were workers, because I haven't seen anybody out there in days. There was today, like we said, today was the first day where the sun came up and the sun set, and we got to see it all.
Yes.
So it's the first day of no rain, no clouds. The only thing that was, or in the wind, was
wind had
almost
died down.
almost non-existent. It was still blowing from 10 to 15, but let me tell you, that was that was polite.
That was a blessing.
It was. But it is literally the first day. We're on day 7. Because for those who've been with us a while, usually when we do our highlights, and I know I haven't done a lot this time, and I apologize, but I always have a sunrise and a sunset. It's my thing. I love seeing the sunrise, and I love watching it set. Haven't seen it in 7 days.
No, it's just been kind of.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is it actually playing or just
It
sitting
is,
there?
I think. Yeah, it looks like it's playing.
Yeah, it's playing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is that the first one or the second one?
I don't know. We took several shots of it because we were so happy to see
Yeah.
it.
Just a nice shot looking backwards at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time we could stand up there and not feel like we're going to get blown overboard.
True. Yeah, the wind's been crazy. Crazy. I think, 62 knots at one point?
Yeah.
62 knots at one point.
Going stir crazy. No. I don't think so.
No.
No. Look, we love being at sea.
Mm-hmm.
We really do enjoy sea days. The only thing for me is, honestly, which is something I mentioned before, making sure that we have something interesting to share with you every day.
Mm-hmm.
On normal 7-day cruises, it's pretty easy. You know, day 1's embarkation, day 2 we show cabins, and then we only have 6 more days of getting everything in there, or 4 more days of getting all the rest of the decks in there. It works out great. On 10-day or longer, depending on how many decks of the ship there are, and how they're laid out, we might run out of decks, which we technically have, but we do have the spa and the kids area, which we'll show tomorrow. So that's going to be short. And then outside of that, speaking of the spa, I know we could talk about.
What can we talk about?
People are bitching about the spa.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you can buy the thermal package at the
Mm-hmm.
spa, right? You can't buy a day package. You have to buy it for the week. We talked about that last night. But there's a lot of people that bought the week. But you can't get into the spa. There's so many people they sold those packages to. There's nowhere to sit in the spa.
No, I actually talked to a lady today who said we were talking about, you know, how hard it was to find a seat at the table anywhere.
Yeah.
And she said the spa was the same way. She said it was so bad that they actually refunded her money for the spa package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lines everywhere for everything.
Yeah.
And again, we were just
Part of-
guesstimating, and I hate
Yes.
to do that, but we're just guesstimating that is because there is absolutely no outside activity going on.
yeah, the wind and weather has just been brutal.
And even though today the winds were down, the sun was out and all that stuff, it was only about 42, 43, 44 degrees. So it was cold.
Yeah.
So now that we, excuse me, have some sun and have no wind, it's too cold.
Yeah.
And so everybody's trying to find things to do inside. So, and there's just not enough space. So the spa has also been absolutely booked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys saw the video, the shots of the pool deck, and there's nobody
No.
out there. The only people that were out there were in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the vibe, that's literally how it's looked every day.
Yeah.
You might see 1 or 2 people in the hot tub, 3 or 4 people in the hot tub, and that is it. A couple people, like today during the day, they were bundled up, had hats on, jackets, and laying
In the
in the
sun.
lounge chairs in the lounge. There may have been 20,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Of course, there was the 6 crazy kids in the pool the other day.
The teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yep. So,
But you
no.
know, they were swimming and playing water games, and they were staying warm because they were being active.
So we've, in passing, past a couple of different YouTubers. We went past EECC and said hello and walked by. We've never communicated before, so
No,
just
it's just
hi
been
in passing. Most of them, we do that. Our neighbor is actually also has a YouTube channel. I actually met him for the first time today, even though he's been next door. And so we sat down and had a little chat. His name's Jay, not Jay from Ship Life, but another Jay. And so we'll talk a little bit more about him on another day. But we've met a few. There's not as many on this ship as you would think. There's some smaller channels.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of bigger channels, but the Lalita Locas and the Ben and Davids and all the bigger channels. They're not represented here. So it's a lot of us smaller guys, if you will. So,
Mhm.
but yeah. Do you guys recommend this ship for a first timer on a cruise? Vic, you're gonna have to stay to the very end. I can't skip ahead, my friend. I do apologize, but we'll give our overall opinion of the ship when we're done with the cruise and how it's all added up. Generally speaking, though, you can't go wrong with any ship for your first cruise. You don't know any better. You don't know any worse. So it doesn't matter. And a lot of it, let me also add this. One, we've already said earlier in the show, I don't know if you're here or not, we are not travel agents. So we're not here having this channel to try to find more clients. It's not our thing. However, we used to have a travel agency. And
A long time ago.
And we did that because we had such a passion for cruising and love cruising. We just literally wanted to talk about it all day. So we opened up a travel agency. So one of the questions that I would ask someone like yourself that comes to me and say, hey, what cruise line or cruise ship would you recommend for me? I am a first timer. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, Vic. One, when you travel and you have to stay in a hotel, what kind of hotel do you typically like to stay in? Answer that question first, Vic, and we'll take it from there. Okay? And you guys can see live that you're watching how a good travel agent should pre-qualify their clients. Because the reality is, not every cruise line is made for every person.
That is very true.
We've talked a little about this before. We have a guy, one of our subscribers, his name is Chris. He's usually on with us live. He was here earlier, but he's already left for the night. Chris is heavily into the outdoor sporty kind of activities, right? I'm immediately going to say he's got to go do a Royal Caribbean, which oddly enough, it turns out that is absolutely his favorite, is Royal Caribbean ships, because they meet his kind of style and interests of vacationing.
Yeah, his
right?
interests.
So, but at the same time, if you're like, I like to stay at the Ritz-Carlton and that's always where I stay, I promise you, I'm not going to tell you go on Carnival Royal Caribbean.
No.
Right. So that's why getting a gauge of what hotels that you normally will stay at, right? That's a great way to begin where to start looking at a cruise line.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. So. As far as the two of us go, we enjoy different things about each cruise line. We don't dislike any of them. There's always something that we enjoy about each cruise line. So, that there's always something for somebody. And it just is, it's a matter of what your interests are and where you fit in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like vice versa, we were talking about Chris.
Yes.
With how he likes to have cruise. We just got off the Holland Amsterdam, a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. That is definitely not going to be a cruise for a Chris type person.
No, definitely
right?
not.
Or even somebody who's got very active kids. Because there was no slides, there was no water park.
Correct.
There was a tiny little kids area, right? So that would not be one we would recommend, for a client.
Correct.
So again, Vic, what kind of hotel do you like to stay in? And two, who's traveling with you? Is it you and your wife, or you and your wife and your 3 kids? What is it? Again, leave it in the comments, and we'll point you in the right direction. So that means we got to hang out a few more minutes. Do we need to have another snack? We can go back to balcony cam and see who else is out there. Anybody else out there? Nobody else is out there. No, because it's late now. I mean, late. It's after midnight. So what? 1 o'clock in the morning here now? Maybe.
Gotcha.
We're just after midnight. I don't know. I think it's just after midnight because we're 1 hour difference, so it's just 10 after 12. And it has been cold all day. And so, of course, now the sun is gone. And so I can feel we've got our door open just a little bit because the cable goes out to the balcony for the camera. And so that's actually what's been keeping the room cool.
Yes.
Because our air conditioning hasn't really been functioning. And it's been so cold outside, it really hasn't been a big deal. Because the ship's hull is cold, right? I mean, everything's been cold, but it probably got it to be about 80, 82 maybe in here a couple of times. And so we just opened the door for 10 minutes, evacuate all the hot air, and it was comfortable for the next 6-8 hours or whatever.
Yes.
So as a matter of just common decency, when we were at customer service today, we said, oh, by the way, the AC in our cabin doesn't work. So before your next cruise, you may want to send somebody to fix it, because I'm sure the next person isn't probably going to be so nice. Plus, if the next one is going someplace warm, it's going to get really hot in here.
Definitely.
So, Patricia's like, I just had a real snack. Nice.
Yay.
It's 11 p.m. there. It's after, it's 11 p.m. there, but it's after midnight here. Time for room service. We're probably, when we're done, we're going to go down to the local
bar and grill.
It seems that's our midnight 1 o'clock hang.
It is. They've got some great wings.
They do.
Really good wings.
So that's the only food available on the ship.
It is.
After 9, everything closes between 9 and 10.
Except for the Indulge Food Hall stays open till 9:30.
I said between 9 and 10.
Okay.
Pay attention. Everything closes between 9 and 10. 9:30 is in between 9 and 10. Okay, just clarifying. Anyway, but the local bar and grill, it stays open 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And and it cooks hot food until what? You said 3:30?
3:30.
And then between 3:30 and 5,
they just have sandwiches because they close the kitchen so they can clean it.
Yes.
But food is available 24/7 in the local bar and grill.
Wings.
They are really good.
Yeah, so far we've tried them plain with barbecue and buffalo style. And I think they have one more style.
I feel like they did too.
Like a chili.
Chili, I think.
Chili or something.
Yes.
I like close to the ship hotel. I like close to the ship hotel.
He's talking about at the port. Staying close to the port.
Yeah.
We're looking for more of what?
A brand
name.
Yeah.
Like a Holiday Inn, a Ritz-Carlton, a Ramada.
Spring Hill Suites.
Yeah. Residence Inn.
Motel 6.
Yeah. That's more of the line that we're looking for. What classification of a hotel?
Yeah.
Because there's in your ships, there's your contemporary ships, there's premium, which has higher star rating, there's your luxury. I mean, there's all kinds of levels, if you will, and so that's where we're trying to get a starting point as to which way to direct you.
In the end, Carnival Cruise Lines, generally speaking, has been known as the first-time cruisers line to choose, right? If you've never been on a cruise before, everybody seems to go on Carnival, right? I don't know why. Of course, they've been around for a long time, but that's the thing. Everybody chooses to go on a Carnival. And then
I was just going to say, except for a bunch of our viewers started out with
NCL.
Yeah.
So did I, actually.
Yes.
So, like I said, you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
And so, regardless of asking you questions or whatever, pick one and go on it. And I know it might kind of suck to say it that way, because you're putting your hard-earned money up for a vacation, and you want to know you're going to have a good time. But even we could ask you 20 questions and get 20 perfect answers, it still might not be the right one for you.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, sometimes you just don't know until you don't know, right? So, but generally speaking, we can say this: 3 and 4 day cruises are typically going to be party type cruises.
Yes.
They're typically going to have younger crowds, and there's going to be copious amounts of drinking.
Yes.
Okay. If that is not your speed, definitely do not choose a 3 and 4 day. Definitely don't choose a 3 or 4 day during spring break.
Definitely not.
And or the summer.
Yes.
Because again, it's going to be party.
Yes.
It's going to be me, my mom, and brother. Okay? So it's going to be 3 of you.
Okay.
Awesome. So we always suggest, outside of those, if you can, stick with 7-day cruises. Okay? And again, if you're wanting, even with Carnival, if you don't go in the summer and you don't go during spring break, like, January and the first week or two of February, great times to cruise on any cruise line. Late May, mid to late May, maybe the first week of June, also great time to cruise on any cruise line. And then mid-September, October, November, outside of Halloween and Thanksgiving, again, great times to cruise. Why do we say that? We say that because the kids are in school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that we don't like kids. We love kids. But sometimes ships can be absolutely overrun with children. And for whatever reason, I'm going to take the high road here. Parents think it's okay for the kids to completely run around the ship by themselves wild because they're on a ship and they're safe. One, I promise you that is not the case.
No.
Right? You need to take care of your kids.
Yes.
But for those who are looking for a more quiet sort of ish type vacation without 700 or 800 kids running around, well, you definitely don't want to go on Carnival in the middle of the summer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Anyway, also here's the thing. I went on Royal for the first time last year. And then this year, we're trying Norwegian in September for the first time ever. Okay, so it's not your first cruise. It's your first time considering
On Norwegian.
NCL.
Okay.
Okay, so what did you think about your Royal cruise?
Yeah, which ship were you on?
And then again, he says, we're trying Norwegian, so it seems like they've already booked.
Yeah.
So then here's the tips since you've already booked. One, if you're going to go to the specialty restaurants, make sure you book those up right now.
Yes.
Get on the app as soon as you're done watching us and go schedule those specialty restaurants. Because you don't want to get on the ship and then wait in the lines that you need to wait on. Okay?
No.
You just want to get on board and have fun.
Yes.
Okay. There's tons of things to do on this ship.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a whole playlist of everything so far. Go back and watch all of them. So I think anybody having this ship as a first cruise would be fine.
I agree. The ship is beautiful.
Yeah.
The cabins are great. The bathrooms are larger than most of the stateroom, the bathrooms in the ships that we've been on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can go wrong. Is it this ship that you booked or a different one for NCL? Let us know, because this one is the brand new class of ships, if you will.
It is.
It's the Prima Plus class, 10% bigger than the Prima class, but it sort of does stand on its own right now. And next year, the Luna is coming out, which is a Prima Plus class. In fact, I think they've committed to making 5 total Prima Plus class ships.
Did they? Okay, I hadn't heard that.
I think it's 4 or 5.
Gotcha.
So, but if you had a good time on Royal, I think you'll have a good time on NCL too, because
agree.
there's a lot of outdoor activities with that water coaster and the sports court and the stadium area and that the kids play area and lots of VR stuff.
There's a ton to do.
There's a ton of stuff to do.
Yeah.
So I think you would have a fine time. But that's neither here nor there. You may come on and have a miserable time. I just don't know. But it all depends on how you like to travel. If you had a great time on Royal, as I mentioned, I think you'll have a fine time here. To be honest, outside of the breakfast complaints we've had, the nighttime dining has been better than the food on Royal, I would
agree.
think.
Yeah.
So if you're a foodie, you may enjoy that.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Irene says, not my favorite line, but it was already chosen by family. Economy hotel or posh hotel. Yeah, everybody's trying to help. Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, y'all. We appreciate each and one of you. Thank you all for staying with us tonight here on Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. You're looking out live right now. We have more to come tomorrow night. As I mentioned, we're going to show you the spa and the kids areas. And we still have several more days after that, and we'll give a wrap up here. And hopefully we'll continue to have some no wind, sunny days. I would pray for at least one. What's the estimated temperature for tomorrow? Did we get the guide for tomorrow already?
Yeah.
Because today, like I said, it was in the low 40s. And so, God, it would be nice to have a day that was like 50, 55, maybe 60. And so people will go to the outside so we can get a better feel of what, what
42.
it, huh?
42.
Yeah, it's not going to help. Forget it.
Yeah, it's still going to be cold tomorrow. 42.
It is. All right. Anyway, well, again, thank you all so much. You all know the drill. We don't have to go home, but we do have to get the out of here. Peace.